Is testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT, a lifesaver, or is it bogus? As a middle-aged man, is it something that you should be taking? Today, we're going to dig into true TRT and see if it could be the right choice for you. Hey there, my name is Dr. Tim Gersmar, and I help middle-aged men just like you to recover their mojo so that they can feel good, look good, perform well, and age healthily. If you're a middle-aged guy who feels like he's lost his mojo and you would like actionable next steps on what to do to help start getting it back again, let me help you. Just click on the link below this video and I'll send you my insights free of any BS, hype, and fads, all for free. So please just click below. All right, in our two previous videos on using testosterone, we've talked about how when people are talking about TRT on the internet, they're often talking about three different things. First, we have testosterone replacement therapy, or TRT. Second, testosterone optimization therapy, or TOT. And third, steroids. Last video, we talked about steroids. Today, we're going to talk about TRT. TRT is both massively overprescribed in a lot of fitness and health influencers on the internet and massively underprescribed to men in general. Unfortunately, most doctors are still pretty clueless when it comes to TRT, how to properly diagnose men, how to effectively treat them, how to monitor things to keep men safe and feeling good. The truth is, there are a lot of nuances to effectively taking TRT. And while we won't be able to cover everything today, otherwise this video would last a few hours, never fear, we're going to cover a lot more details in the future, and we're going to make sure to cover the key points today. As a quick reminder, the symptoms of low testosterone are 1, fatigue and brain fog, 2, depression, sometimes anxiety or irritability, 3, low drive or motivation, that get up and go, 4 is gaining fat and losing muscle even when exercising, and 5, low libido and possible erectile dysfunction. The problem here is that many of these symptoms can be caused by a lot of different things. And the most common reason for these symptoms and low testosterone, it's a poor lifestyle. If you're eating a garbage diet, if you're not exercising, you're not getting enough sleep at night, and you're chronically stressed out, if you're fat, if you're inflamed, if you have something like diabetes or prediabetes, it's likely that you're suffering from some or all of the symptoms that we just mentioned. And your testosterone is probably low. But it can 100% be a chicken and egg situation here. If you fix your lifestyle, if you eat a mostly healthy diet, if you exercise regularly, if you get a good night's sleep most of the time, you manage your stress, you lose some weight, and you get other medical issues under control, it is completely possible for all of those symptoms to get better and for your testosterone levels to come back up to normal without needing to take TRT. So if you think you have low testosterone, or you've been tested and found to have low testosterone, but you don't want to take testosterone, and you're over fat and your lifestyle is sketchy, then working on those things can be the answer. But back to our chicken and egg thing, for some guys who are in that situation, feeling depressed, feeling tired, and with tanked motivation, giving them testosterone can give them the motivation and the oomph that they need to make those healthy lifestyle choices. And that's just one reason why TRT is actually complicated, and it needs to be individualized, not just handed out to every middle-aged guy who's lost his mojo. All right, we need to talk about reference ranges. In the TRT community, you will find a lot of debate about reference ranges, but the ones we're going to cover today are the ones that the majority of doctors are going to use. So those are the ones that we're going to talk about. Right now, as of 2026 in the United States, normal testosterone is going to run roughly from about 300 to 400 to 1,000. Normal is generally considered to be somewhere around 400 to 800 for most guys, and most doctors will not consider TRT unless a man's testosterone is in the 300s or 200s, plus having the symptoms that we've talked about. So true TRT is when a guy has symptoms, again, fatigue, low mood, low drive, low libido, and their testosterone on multiple blood tests typically comes back in the 1, 2, or 300 range. Then a guy is given testosterone, most commonly as a cream or a shot, with the goal of bringing their testosterone levels back up to normal. That's most commonly around 400, 500, or 600. Definitely not 800 or 1,000 or more, as you'll hear many influencers talking about on the internet. This is testosterone replacement therapy, the use of testosterone to replace what is missing and bring it back to normal levels. And for many guys, this can be life-changing. Depression and mood improve, energy levels get better, their libido returns, and their old self, it comes back again. If you're on true TRT and it is working for you, please don't let influencers mess with it. Keep doing what you're doing. And there are some issues with TRT. The first is that many doctors are very bad at it. They haven't had the training or exposure to it to recognize when it makes sense to test a man's testosterone, what those lab results mean, how to prescribe testosterone to a guy, and then importantly, how to monitor it to make sure that things are correct, safe, and working properly. Second is that many doctors are also afraid of testosterone. They believe myths like it's bad for the heart, that it can cause prostate cancer, and that it just has a boatload of side effects. So let's quickly mention some of the real side effects very briefly here. In another video, we can discuss this in a lot more detail. The first is that testosterone is generally a lifelong therapy. You cannot easily just start it and stop it. And most guys, once they begin TRT, they need to continue taking it for the rest of their lives. The second issue is fertility. Most men on TRT will see their fertility go down, and many become infertile. So if you know you want kids, then that's something you must consider and talk with your doctor about. Also, it is not true that all men on TRT are going to be infertile, so do not use TRT as birth control. There are many stories of men on TRT and even on high-dose steroids still having kids. The third issue, hair loss. Most guys will see increased male pattern baldness with testosterone. Again, a subject for another time. And now 2 myths. Does restoring testosterone to normal levels cause heart problems? No. Does restoring testosterone to normal levels cause prostate cancer? No. But let's talk about a few more issues with TRT. The first is that studies with TRT usually show very modest results, not the major life-changing improvement most guys are seeking. And I think there are 2 major reasons for this. The first is that restoring men into that 400 to 600 range with lower dose testosterone may just not be using strong enough medicine to get the results that we're looking for. And just like we wouldn't say that blood pressure medicine or antibiotics don't work if we use doses that are lower than necessary, there are many practicing docs out there who feel that the commonly used doses of testosterone are just too low to get the results we want. Guys feeling good, looking good, and performing well. So we'll talk more about dosing in our next video on testosterone optimization therapy. But the second and maybe the most important reason that guys are only getting very modest results from TRT is because TRT is not magic. No matter the dose of testosterone you're taking, if you're eating a garbage diet, if you're not exercising, you're not getting enough sleep, and you're chronically stressed out, you are not going to feel, look, and perform well. TRT for some men is a critical part of giving guys their mojo back and to helping them live a high quality life, but it is not the answer. TRT is not going to give you a beach body and turn you into a sexual Superman, but TRT can help the foundational habits like eating right and exercising actually work to help restore your mojo for you. All right, we've covered a good amount of information today, and of course, this is a complex topic, so in the future, we can cover more about testing, the pros and cons of different types of testosterone, and effective monitoring, all the pieces that most doctors should know, but sadly too few do. But for now, let's get to today's takeaway. The first is that true TRT is when a man is suffering from low testosterone and you use testosterone treatment to bring his levels back to normal. This can be absolutely life-changing for men and is vastly underprescribed for men in general. Second, unfortunately, many doctors out there don't know how to properly diagnose, treat, and care for men with testosterone properly, and they may still buy into the myths of how dangerous testosterone is. Third, TRT and testosterone in general is not magic. It will not solve all the middle-aged man's problems. It will not give you a beach body, nor is it going to make you into a sex god or a millionaire either. But it can be a life-changing treatment. You still have to do the foundations: eating healthy, exercising, getting enough sleep, and managing your stress if you want TRT to work for you. And lastly, true TRT is not what many influencers are saying when they talk about TRT. In our next video, we're going to talk about TOT, or testosterone optimization therapy. So stay tuned for that. Of course, we will continue breaking down the myths, fads, BS, and bad information out there so that you can focus on doing the things that are truly going to help you to feel better, look better, perform well, and age healthily as a middle-aged man. I hope that you will join me. And just a reminder, if you would like genuinely useful health insights, then please click on the link below. All right, guys, until next time, take care.